Post-referrals. Following a referral, there are a number of stages that take place. These are out of your hands and are managed by the local authority and police. The post-referral process involves a number of key stages, namely, adult social care's response and decision made relating to the vulnerable adult establishment, strategy meeting, inquiries, if taken place, case conference, assessment and protection plan, review of the protection plan, discontinuation of the protection plan. Adult social care's response and decision. Social care will make an informed decision whether the vulnerable adult requires urgent attention or not. They will also determine what services may be required to assist the vulnerable adult or whether they require further assessments. If social care do not believe there is a risk to the vulnerable adult, they may decide that their involvement is not necessary. If the decision is that they do not wish to be involved, they must offer you guidance on how best you can deal with the situation. It is important to note that if you do not agree with the decision made by the adult social care, there are alternative options for you to pursue. For example, review your report with your line manager and ask the manager of the adult social care team for them to do another assessment of their decision. You can always go back to adult social care at a later date with further evidence of additional concerns made by other professionals and with the agreement of your designated safeguarding person. The local Safeguarding Adults Board can also be consulted and will be able to offer information on the course of action to take next after an unsatisfactory outcome of a referral. The board will also share details on what you must do if you believe a professional's conduct is questionable and not indicating that they are following policies and procedures. Strategy meeting. Where adult social care have agreed to take action on the case in question, they will call for a meeting to be held. This is a professionals-only meeting called by social services and chaired by a team manager. It will include the person who initially made the referral, social care, health services, the police, and any other appropriate services. The purpose of the meeting is to share information amongst the agencies and professionals to enable discussion and analysis and to plan and agree the action needed to safeguard the vulnerable adult and/or provide interim services and support. It may be discussed whether an independent mental capacity advocate, IMCA, is required to represent the vulnerable adult's best interests if they have no other person, family or friend, to do this for them. During the meeting, the professionals will look at several of the following aspects of the case. Decision with regards to whether the inquiry will happen or not. The requests of the vulnerable adult. Commence a risk assessment. Decide on a temporary protection plan. A clear record of the choices decided and what details were shared. Inquiry and communication plans agreed upon with timelines. Observe and decide if any children under 18 years old may be at risk. Inquiries. Inquiries involves the sharing of information amongst social workers and working together with other people who have a duty to look after vulnerable adults, such as doctors, health visitors, teachers and police officers. Case conference. If needed, an adult protection conference will involve all the key people involved with the vulnerable adult and their family. The conference is designed to collate and analyse information about the vulnerable adult to enable judgment on the probability of the vulnerable adult suffering future significant harm and to agree future action needed to protect the vulnerable adult. As a result of a protection conference for a vulnerable adult, whom it is agreed there is a likelihood of significant harm, a protection plan will be put together. Assessment and protection plan. A doctor must not examine a vulnerable adult any more than is absolutely necessary. For example, a general practitioner could complete the examination of a bruise, whereas sexual abuse may need examination by a forensic medical examiner and a consultant. Examination must be conducted with consent. Without consent, can be classed in law as assault.